Dear Viola, it can't be easy being anyone's stepmother. From our earliest childhood, the stepmother peoples our fairy tales, a woman portrayed almost invariably as wicked, brimming with resentments and cruelties. There are days when I find it hard to be a good father to my own children. To be a parent to anyone else's seems unimaginable. But that was what you were, and it wasn't always easy. Another woman's frightened children tumbled in and out of your life. We were accepted, helped, minded, reassured. I'm not saying you were a saint. You were something more decent than that. A woman trying to do her best for people who needed her. A woman who would never break a promise. Caring for a household which at times contained 8 children, you witnessed plenty of ups and downs. You saw love stories conducted over a telephone at which a queue used to form. The bill must have been the equivalent of a small country's national debt. How many broken hearts did you soothe? How many tales of woe did you endure? You were not given to easy mottos or cheap advice. But I remember you once telling me something that remains with me still. Always act with courage when love is at stake. When you're disappointed, be brave. And if you have to disappoint, be braver. Love is not sentiment, the easily repeated nothing. It is commitment and selflessness and patience. It is the acknowledgement, as Iris Murdoch so beautifully wrote, that another human being is real. We don't always remember this fact when we're thinking about the children in our lives, but you and my wonderful father did. Ireland is a country murderously besotted with its myths. In the frightened and obedient society in which I grew up, there was still the widespread idea that a family had one definition. 2 people who have never been married to anyone else, happily married now, with children they always wanted, probably with a dog and never a disagreement, the picture of contentment personified. Nobody is ever hurt. No feelings have been crushed. No hopes have been trampled. Everything worked out. No one has baggage. Children are always angelic. The good have been rewarded with happiness. The fact that there were so very many of us who did not belong to such a family was invariably and continuously forgotten. Those of us who were children of separated couples felt we were the only people in the world to whom this had ever happened. That's the way it was. I don't think I exaggerate. Couples who had separated must have often felt the same way. But to me, you embodied a truth which has become part of my thinking, that below all the propaganda and phoniness and lies, there are quieter and very powerful solidarities that arise between people for the most important reason of all, because they should. We're a country full of carers of various kinds, minding the sick, the fragile, the vulnerable, those who need us. There are families we are born in, and there are often families we choose, which don't fit the categories, the dictionary definitions. And there is no destiny waiting for us, no preordained path. It is rather that those we meet and care for become that destiny. It is only a matter of recognizing them. I don't know that you'd put it like that, or if you ever thought about it much. Probably you were too busy loving us to analyze. But I see now that you made a decision that you would always do your best to stand by us, never leave when things got tough. And when they did get tough, as from time to time they did, I still never saw you break a promise or heard you tell me a lie. Blood may be thicker than water, but we make our own wine. It's the greatest lesson of being a stepson. This week sees an important birthday for you, and I send you my loving thanks for your wisdom, your gentleness and solidarity. Like my father, you are uncomfortable with being praised, and would always very much rather no fuss at all was made. You like quietness.